We're back on the Panorama. This is Rob with South Main Travelers. Join us as we go down to Cabo San Lucas. We spend overnight there, go to Ensenada, Mexico, then back to Long Beach, California. So let's start out by doing a quick room tour. We were in an interior spa room, stateroom 11232. So let's start with the closets. On the right, you have the full-length closet area. There were a lot of hangers. Being in a spa, we had 2 robes. And on the left side, we have a couple of shelves, the safe, and then down here on the bottom, 3 drawers. Next, let's go over to the desk area where we've got the small stool. Move the drinks out of the way and we'll look at the power options. Here we have 2 USB, 2 110 outlets, and 1 European style 230 volt outlet. We also have a little switch down here to control the light around the border of the mirror. In the desk drawer, we've got the hairdryer. Let's turn around and you have a credenza here that's got a lot of the paperwork when you show up. Plus, it's got the TV up here. And down here behind the door, you've got the little refrigerator. If I can figure out how to open the thing up, we'll get it open. Yep, there we go. And on the left, a few shelves for storing things. Here we have the snoozing sign, some climate controls, and down here is the switch for the lights in the bathroom. We have ours configured as a king-size bed, but you can split this into 2 twins. So let's go over here and look to see what sort of power, if any, we have over here. So it looks like we have the reading lamp and a little bit of storage. And if we go around to the other side, it appears that we have the exact same lamp with a little storage. Now on to the bathroom. We have a shower over here. It has the curtain, so that's going to be cleany. You look inside, there is your standard controls. We do get the Elemis shampoo and body wash. There is also the clothesline for hanging out swimsuits. And the standard cruise ship toilet. So we have the little extra mirror over here, as well as the shaver outlet. We do have 3 shelves on the left. A few shelves down at the bottom storing some extra supplies, trash can, and then 3 shelves on the right. If you've been on a cruise ship before, these are pretty standard features for a bathroom. So if you are staying in a Cloud 9 spa stateroom, you get some extra perks. Pause here and you can see the perks you get. So once we dropped our bags in our room, we decided to grab something to eat. We wanted to avoid the buffet, so we went over to the complimentary barbecue that you can find on Embarkation Day. So the first day of this cruise was a sea day, and we are not a high adventure couple, so we spent a whole lot of time looking at this view. Well, the first night we mentioned to our waitress just how much we love the cranberry bread, and we ended up getting it every single night. Not sure how she pulled it off, but she did it. So our first port is Cabo San Lucas. Now, we actually did 2 days in Cabo San Lucas on this cruise. And since we had done a port tour here not that long ago, we decided to walk around and see what else was available to check out near the port. So we decided to stop for a quick snack on our way through the marina. Found Solomon's Landing, very touristy spot, but great service, good food. I would recommend it. So if you're cruising into Cabo San Lucas and you need to get some basic necessities, what you can do is when you get out of the cruise tender or the shuttle boat, you go to the opposite end of the marina, and there is a mall called, I'm looking at the name of it, Puerto Pereso is the mall. And if you go through the mall, of course you got all the shops in the mall. If you go through the mall, there is a Walmart right there, and you can get all your, any necessities or anything that you may have forgotten or ran out of, you can get it there for a whole lot cheaper. Occupied. Instead of walking all the way around the marina, we decided to get a water taxi. We're heading back over to get on the shuttle back onto the cruise ship.
You're not feeling like a swim today.
No.
No swimming.
So this is what a silent dance party looks and sounds like. So we were spending 2 days in Cabo San Lucas, but we decided not to get off the boat on the second day. So let's go take a walk around and you can follow me. One of my favorite places for a little bit of peace and quiet isn't the Serenity deck. It's the promenade deck on deck 5 on all these Vista class ships. You can walk nearly the full length of the ship and always find some cushioned, comfortable places to sit in the shade, and it's usually pretty quiet. So welcome to Ensenada, Mexico. This is not your traditional cruise port. It's not got a whole lot of anything. This is the extent of the shops that you'll see, and that's usually just tours that are being solicited. So if you haven't got a tour, you can book one there. There are a good place to sit. There's some entertainment, some photo ops. Right about here is where you exit the port. And so that's why this is a navigating the port and getting you to all the touristy areas of Ensenada video. So we independently booked a couples massage with Ensenada Massage, highly rated, and they picked us up at the point out here at this glass building. You'll get a chance to see that. We'll walk to that first before we go across the footbridge. They picked us up, took us to the location. Man, it was amazing. And then they dropped us off in town, and we went and did a little walk around town before we headed back to the ship. So once you reach the pedestrian bridge, you can either go across the pedestrian bridge, but if you have some excursions that you've booked yourself, they will be meeting over here at this building. All right, so where the major flagpole is, sometimes they'll have vendors set up, but there's also a few fixed locations that are always here. So as you're coming through here, you've always got these, but then there are also times that they'll set up tents and other places for vendors to sell whatever they've got, a lot of local market stuff. A lot of times there'll be a flag on the pole. There's not a flag on the pole today, but it's supposedly like the second largest in Mexico or something like that. I think it's second only to Mexico City. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I've heard. All right, so once you get past all the vendors in this kind of pedestrian-only area, you'll come to a major street. Let's turn around so you can kind of see this. It's a major street. And right here, this is where you're going to want to turn to your left. So when you see the 7-Eleven, then you can turn to your left, and that will take you down to most of the touristy spots. And so here we are at the popular Ensenada Archway at the end of the tourist row. And once you kind of get back, this is what you're looking for. It says back to ship. And you will have to go through security here to get back on the ship. Well, this is Rob with South Main Travelers. If you enjoyed this at all, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends. It doesn't cost a dime and it really helps us out. So until next time.